Eric Name, The Athletic. George, welcome back. Donte, good to see you. Donte, I might as well know you right away. Just where you at from a health perspective? Do you suspect you're going to be on the floor when you guys open up training camp tomorrow? And just kind of how you feeling?
You know, is this on? Yeah. All right. So, we'll see. I mean, right now I feel great. I'm making a lot of progress. I'm on the court doing some court stuff. All these doctor's appointments, all these checkups, everything like that. But everything's going in the right rate. I'm following all the stuff that they had me doing, all the restrictions they had me on. I trust our performance staff. I mean, they're the best in the business. So I'm just going to keep following their lead. And they're going to be cautious with me and not going to rush anything. So a date, I have no idea, but whenever that is, I'll be 110%. I'm not going to come back at 90, 95. I'll be 110% ready to go and give everything I have to the team.
So you're not playing 5-on-5 right now, right?
No, I'm not as right now.
Appreciate it.
George, welcome back. And I saw you at the Brewers game, so I know that fans are already, recognizing you. They're glad to see you back here. What has that been like for you to come back to a city after a year hiatus, but still be welcome to know that you're where you're wanted and you're where you're supposed to be at this moment in time?
I mean, that's the biggest thing is always coming back to where you're wanted. Like we talked about, it was something that, was the spirit of the moment, didn't want it to happen the first time. And as a business that they had to do, they had to make that trade to get a guy like Drew, which is a no-brainer in any situation. He's one of the best, point guards in the league in many people's eyes. So it's no hard feelings, but to come back here where I'm familiar with my brothers here by my side, the coaching staff that I have a lot of respect for, it's an easy transition. I'm happy to be back with these guys. I'm happy for the success that they had this year and can't wait to get going.
Jim Ozarski, Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. George, nice to meet you. Donte, good to see you. Donte, for you, I mean, I guess there's a chance you could be extended. That's part of this offseason for you. So are you thinking about that at all? Have you had any talks or thoughts about that and maybe what that means for you going into this year?
It's always in the back of your mind as a player in this league. But I have an amazing agent. We have an amazing front office. I think the relationship, the bond that we have is, it's mutual. I love the city here. I love the organization. So if that is the case and that were to happen, I'd be thrilled. And if it doesn't happen by the deadline or whatever it is, the talks, obviously, you just continue the conversation, you continue that relationship, and you can see what happens. But from my end, I absolutely love it here. I want to be a part of this place for a long time. To have guys come back and forth like George to leave and come back, it's somewhere where you want to be a part of for a long time. It's not somewhere where you want to leave, so that's where I stand on it.
For George, I'm curious from afar, when the team, how you watch this team sort of carry on the social justice discussions and initiatives and movements, when they spoke with Detroit, to kneel for 7 seconds for Jacob. I'm just curious from afar how you viewed that, something that you were such a big part of, in the bubble.
I mean, I was happy to see. Like I said before, and I still believe this to this day, this world just needs to get back to having decent humanity, love. I feel like we lost God in this world for a little bit, so we got to continue to love one another, continue to respect one another, continue to try to make this world a better place and uplift one another to make this world. But to see what those guys did, I'm sure it meant a lot to them, but it meant a lot to the families that they were doing it for. So that's the bigger picture. How can we impact lives and make this world a better place?
For Donte, I was just wondering, what was it like for you personally to go to watch the postseason, to want to, after you got hurt, to see their teammates on a title run, not being able to be on the floor with them? Just what's that kind of situation like?
I mean, it's tough. Honestly, it's tough. You're playing all year long. You're busting your butt, and you go down, and now you see the team make a long run and win the championship, and you're not playing. So mentally, it was tough. But I think about, I want to say, midway through the Eastern Conference Finals is when everything kind of changed for me. I was challenged by the coaches. I was challenged by some of the players of stay engaged, stay involved. For me, and then it made it sweeter at the end. It made it feel like I had more involvement than just being on the court. I was challenging these guys in the huddle, in the locker room, just speaking up, voicing my opinion on certain things, helping the coaches out with anything I saw. And the biggest thing for me is to see these guys succeed. All year long, we were going to battle together, and I'm a part of it, but not on the court. So to see these guys succeed and see all the hours that they put in all year long and actually raise that trophy, I mean, that's all I could ask for. I wasn't on the court, but I'm still NBA champion at the end of the day. So,
George, throughout last year, we talked about Drew and kind of how he doesn't necessarily view himself as a point guard, which I think opens up the opportunity for you two to play quite a bit together. Just what do you think of that opportunity and kind of how you view that idea of a 2-point guard lineup with him?
I mean, it's a great opportunity. I've been a fan of Drew since he's came in. A good friend of mine, family guy, so I know him very well. But to be able to be alongside of him now playing, I think is going to be awesome. Like you said, in Donte's situation at the same time, we have 3 guys that you wouldn't consider your typical point guards, but we can all 3 play that position. So it's easy to shift us around and let us play together on the ball and off the ball because we bring that, versatility to the game. So it's going to be tremendous getting out there with these guys, and I'm very looking forward to it.
I know you two have been very close over the years. Have you started to annoy? Have you started to annoy each other quite yet?
I don't like him. Said he was coming back. I was upset.
So what was your question?
I was just going to ask if you've started to annoy each other yet, but it appears Dante's already.
He has
done.
completely annoyed me ever since he first got here. It's been great having him back. Honestly, for me, I've talked about it in countless interviews today. He's one of the main people, like my rookie year, who helped me get through a lot rookie year, on and off the court, just finding my way in this league. And to have him back, it just makes it easier because when I'm going through tough things, like I always have somebody I can call and just say, hey, what did you do when you were in this position, or what do I do here? And then you take that aspect out of it, just playing basketball with him. It's just fun, bro.
I mean, I love this kid, like we talk about, even when I wasn't here, us just talking to each other, once a week or twice a week on the phone of, just having fun, not even really about basketball. We would call each other just to see how each other's doing, what's our mental space. And we've created that bond. And, this is one of the first guys I've called before anybody else on this team that I was coming back because I was happy to be back a part, not just of the organization, but some of the teammates and the relationships that we've had here. So I was very excited that he was still here and that we're going to be teammates again.
Hey, George. Chris said that the message from Bud this morning was do it again. And I'm just curious your perspective on that as you're processing that, like you're part of a defending champion, but also you were not part of that run, and ring night's going to be a little different for you. So how are you putting yourself in that space of doing it again, but also trying to do it for the first time with this group?
I think I've taken into consideration, even though I wasn't a part of the run, I felt like I was a part of what started here. The 2 years that I was here was great. That kind of helped us, get a step up to where they are now. So to do it again, I still feel like I was an NBA champion with these guys. I spent time with these guys to doing things that was remarkable for us to do. But at the same time, I would love for us to do it again, for us to be able to hold that trophy up again, and I can actually say I'm a part of it as a whole. But, to see them do that and to see them hold that trophy up is one of the greatest feelings of myself because I actually knew these guys and spent time with these guys and knew that's what the end goal was for us in here in Milwaukee. So I would love to do it again. If that's the question, I think it's, a dream of mine, but it doesn't define anything.
What's up, y'all? Jamal Collier from ESPN. Just vaccine statuses among players has sort of been a topic the really last couple of days. Kind of what's the process like when players need, whether on the team, whatever, whether for the team or through the Players Association, when players looking for more information? Has that been accessible? Kind of how have y'all as players sort of went about trying to educate and keep each other informed?
I mean, I think our PA is amazing. For us, is anytime we have any questions, we can get on a call with any doctor, anybody who we need information with. At the same time, the team is really willing to work with you and kind of give you any information you need. There's nothing where you ever ask a question and you don't get an answer back. So I think as now it's up to the guys, kind of their personal choice of kind of seeking that information. There's a certain layer of like the information provided, and then after that, it's on you to kind of ask further questions, ask detailed questions. But anything that we need, they hand it to us.
Do you guys feel like you, as players, have want to do more to sort of combat misinformation or some of the bad information out there? Like, do you think that there's sort of been enough from your Players Association to kind of have that at the ready, I guess?
Like you said, I think our Players Association have done a tremendous job getting us all the information, either the good and the bad, to let us make that decision for ourselves. I think they well prepared us for this. And we have one of the best training staffs, I think, in the NBA. And they do a great job, like he said, getting us information, either the good or the bad information of, hey, what this vaccine is doing, what this vaccine is doing, the good about this one, the bad about this one. And like he said, letting us come up with our own decisions as men and women to figure out what we want to do for our families. But it's been an easy, ride for us with the vaccines and the testing and knowing the information because of the PA and our training staff.
Last question from Kane Pittman.
Hey guys, Donte, I had a question for you. I know you spoke briefly earlier about how you could get yourself involved in the team and feel like you were a part of it through the playoff run. But on the flip side of that, I was wondering what it was like to see some of those performances and be there courtside, and you know that you're not going to come back and play. So to see Giannis put up some of the performances he did, Chris with the 20-point quarters, what was it like to be there on the bench through that run?
I'll answer that with a question, Kane. How did you feel when you saw Drew steal that ball and alley-oop to Giannis when he dunked? I felt the same exact way. However you felt, I felt. Like, watching it from that viewpoint, to see these performances, to see these, Game 6, Giannis puts up 50, but the unselfishness that Giannis has, he's coming in, getting the ball to Drew, to Chris, the playmakers, and he trusts them. Like, that's the stuff I remember is that leadership that he took and he showed. And then, like you said, Chris's 20-point quarter, Drew's big shot in Brooklyn. He was struggling throughout that game, and he knocks down 2 big shots in the fourth quarter. PJ's defense throughout watching it from this fan perspective, I was just so damn happy because we got back in the locker room. You thought I was still a fan out on the court. I was scooting around the locker room all excited every single game. So I hope that answers your question.
Great. Thank you guys very much.
You were scooting like on a scooter?
A scooter, my boy.
I would have kicked you off of it.